Right now, I'm trying to learn how to be as authentic as I can. I think it's very important, especially, especially while being true to yourself, so that you don't harbor any negative emotions towards people or negative feelings in general. Like when I say being authentic, I mean speaking your truth, even if it will hurt the other person. Speaking the truth, no matter how it would make someone feel. Saying things, saying things when you need to say it. When you're not being authentic and you're leaving room to people please, basically. You're like trying to consider other people's feelings and things like that. Then you're doing more harm than good, because you speaking the truth could even help out the other person, help the other person grow. No matter if they feel negatively or positively about it, they can still grow from it. Everyone needs to hear the truth. I mean, everyone needs honesty. You can't really, you can't control how it's going to make the other person feel, obviously, but at least in your limited capability, you can determine how you say it to the other person. Maybe so that it's less rude, you could tell them, or you give them a warning before you say it. And maybe word it a bit, lightly. Maybe not to sound like insult the other person. Just remember that your opinions are always these on. Cut off, bro. I don't remember where I was at, but I'll just carry on from wherever. There's nothing bad in speaking your truth and being authentic. Yeah, you can't control how it makes others feel, but you can control the way you say your truth. And if no one respects your truth, if nobody respects your choices, your opinions, what you want to do, then they don't deserve your time. They don't deserve to be around you. And sometimes we hold off saying the truth just because we don't want to make the other person feel uncomfortable, or like we don't want to create an awkward situation or be wrong as well, because our opinions can be wrong, or the things we think that are true can be false. So you have to remember that being wrong, making things uncomfortable, being rude by mistake, being the party pooper in the room, there's nothing wrong with all of these things. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. If in fact, being wrong leads to growth. When you're wrong, you can be corrected, and now you're moving forward into the right direction. When you're making things uncomfortable for people, it can give them room for growth. You have to remember that when you're being authentic and speaking the truth, it opens many doors. It just creates it creates opportunity, and the other person might even need it, whoever it is, or whichever group of people it is. They might need your truth. If you bite your tongue, if you hold off on what you want to say, even if it's got nothing to, even if it's rude, even if it's wrong, like, it could have helped them to see it could have helped you to be corrected, or it could have helped them to be corrected, or for them to think about something that they never really thought about in their lives. It's worth it. Even if they don't like it, it's worth it, bro. You have to, and then when you, even me personally, I wouldn't want to hold off on it, or else I'll be thinking about it constantly, weighing on my mind. Like, sometimes we fear certain outcomes, but that fear hinders us from either letting off dead weight or using that dead weight to climb onto another level. The only way I can explain that is like dead weight as in removing dead weight as in like nipping the bud of a situation, like closing off a situation, closing off a habit. Even when, like, for me personally, I felt some type of way about somebody, and I don't want to say anything to them just because I was thinking, oh, what if it progresses to this, or what if I end up taking 10 steps back with this person? I told them anyway, and even though it was uncomfortable for probably both of us, because when I mentioned it, I actually tried to take it back, but I was thinking, oh, like, I might as well stand on business, be authentic, stand on business. So after we spoke, it was clear to me what to do next, and clear to me what my problem has been for the past couple of weeks or past couple of days, which is helping me to figure out what boundaries to set in place going forward for myself. Let's see, I grew from that uncomfortable, being authentic, speaking my truth. Oh, sorry, give me a sec. And one thing that really annoys me about people holding off and being authentic in our society is when people get triggered. People are scared to trigger other people. They're scared to deal with people that get triggered. And recently I've had to deal with something like this where I said a statement, I said a simile to someone as a response to them asking me to do a task over and over again. I said something, and they started yelling at me. They were angry, bro. They took it personal, even though when I said it, whatever they thought I meant, I didn't mean it at all. When I said what I said, I meant what I said, not the double meaning they had behind it. When I was getting yelled at, they even added things onto what I said, and I literally told them, bro, I never said that. Like, don't say that I said that, because I never said that. Like, they literally took it so personal, maybe because it triggered some sort of trauma in them, like, and I was literally telling them, bro, you're taking it personal, whatever emotions you have now, it's got nothing to do with me, but I was still listening to what they had to say, obviously, but just saying whatever you feel has nothing to do with me. I'm speaking my truth, and I believe I've done nothing wrong, so there's no reason for me to yell back. I even told them, why are you yelling at me? Like, there's no need to yell. I'm not even raising my voice at all. And it just shows shows that you could say the same statement to 10 different people and they'll all feel 10 different ways, bro. So you have to remember to speak your truth no matter what. And that if that person takes it personal, it's not your own personal problem. In fact, people literally have no problem showing you no mercy, but you have to bite your tongue. You have to like hold back what you have to say, but people won't hold back when they're talking to you. That's the one thing I hate the most, when people can talk to you however they want to, constantly say I don't wanna cuss, but they chat crap about you in front to your face. Like they tell you, oh, you're wearing this, you're wearing that. Like they're just flaunting their opinions in your face. Like even though, okay, whatever they say to you, that's their opinion. That's their personal, like that's their thought. And that has nothing to do with you. But now when you want to share your opinion, then they get triggered. It's not right, man. Wait, let me get my notes. And expanding on the getting triggered part, when somebody shows you no mercy and says something like, says an opinion they have on maybe your style or like maybe what you're doing, your plans in life, you need to remember that there's no need for you to be triggered or defend yourself, because there's nothing to defend. You have to accept who you are, what you're doing. You have to stand on it. Stand on whatever choices you made, if you're dressing, your life choices, your plans, even if you're going the wrong direction, bro. Even if they strongly believe that you're going the wrong direction, if they're not in the position where, if they're not you, then their opinion shouldn't have any like weight on your life, bro. Literally, there's one saying that keeps on replaying in my head about being the top 1% person in the world, that the other 99% of people, you have to really think about it, like that's literally everyone else. Even your parents aren't excluded from the 99%, your friends aren't excluded from the 99%, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, your brothers, sisters, they're not excluded from the 99% of people you want to rise above. So whatever anybody says, if they're not the top 1%, then they have no place to say anything about your plans. Literally, manifest your vision that you've got for yourself in your head, and don't let anyone take your vision. Don't let anyone stomp on your vision, stomp on your fire. Yeah, that's what I want to say today. That's what I learned yesterday. I was doing some research on being authentic, being true to yourself, speaking the truth, and I've been putting it into practice, and it's been very like, it's been uncomfortable, obviously, but it's kind of relieving in a sense. Yeah. It just felt better to tell. It just felt better. I grew from it. The other people grew from it. Even if I embarrassed myself when I was wrong, still, I got something off my chest. And then the other person at least sees now that I actually respect myself. Yeah. There's just a lot of things to think about from this. I might continue speaking about this in another video if I think more about it. Yeah, stay blessed.